So we are in the Siddur Zichron David, and we're in introduction in the page that it says Akudim, Nekudim, and Brudim that we spoke about yesterday. So today we're continuing, and we are reading about the Atzilut, and we have here in brackets Chaya, right? So we already know that Chaya and Yechidah are the surrounding lights, right, from the previous part of the Akdama, of the introduction. And here I didn't really explain why, but we saw yesterday that Adam Kadmon have the concept of Yechidah next to it, right? And here we see the Chaya. So if without reading on about the Atzilut, if you flip to Beriyah in the next page, you see Neshama, then Yetzirah Ruach, then Asiyah Nefesh.
Yeah.
Right. So from there you can understand the connection. If you look in the beginning, in the first page here, the first page of the Siddur, this chart.
Yeah.
See that? Right. So you have the world. You have the top row after the Yud Kei Vav Kei. In the top row you have world. So you have Adam Kadmon, Atzilut, Beriyah, Yetzirah, Asiyah. Right.
Yeah.
Then if you in the right column, if you go down to Nanachi, so you'll see that under Adam Kadmon you have Yechidah, under the Atzilut you have Chaya, under the Beriyah you have Neshama, under the Yetzirah you have Ruach, and under the Asiyah you have Nefesh, right?
Yeah.
So this is the connection. This is the connection. So I just wanted to show that in this introduction that we have the connection between the Na'anachai, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Chaya, Yechidah, and the five worlds, which is Adam Kadmon, Atzilut, Beriyah, Yetzirah, and Asiyah. And the reason it's important for me to emphasize it, because afterwards when we get to the meditations of the prayer, so we will see that we are taking the Nefesh from the Asiyah and elevate it to the Ruach in the Yetzirah, and elevate that to the Neshama in the Beriyah, and elevate that to the Chaya in the Atzilut, and elevate that to the Yechidah in Adam Kadmon, supposedly. Okay, hopefully. Depends how holy we are and how good is our meditation, concentration, and so on and so forth. But basically, that should be the goal. Okay, every prayer. So now we can go back and read about the special quality of the Atzilut. So the Atzilut is basically the highest world out of the four. If we don't count Adam Kadmon inside of the structure of the worlds, so Atzilut will be the highest one. And the special quality of the Atzilut is the unity with the light of Hashem. Okay? The Atzilut, we have that concept of unity. Oh. מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו.
Amen.
So what does it mean, the concept of unity? That we have a difference, we will see that further on, in the next paragraph actually, that Beriyah, Yetzirah, and Asiyah are one section, and that's called Beriyah de Peruda. The worlds, the three worlds, Beriyah, Yetzirah, and Asiyah, they are the worlds of separation. Okay? And the opposite by Atzilut and Adam Kadmon, how much more so about Adam Kadmon, but Atzilut have this quality of unity, not separation. Okay? And this is very, very important for us, because all what we want is to get to unity. Right? So if what we want is to get to unity, and the unity is found within that Atzilut, so now we know where we're heading, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to reach that Atzilut, because there we can achieve unity. Okay. Another important quality of the world of Atzilut is the purity of the Atzilut. It says in the Arizal, it brings the pasuk Shalom Aleichem. The Arizal brings the pasuk וכבודי לאחר לא אתן. What does it mean, וכבודי לאחר לא אתן? כבודי, the honor, the glory of Hashem, is the world of Atzilut. Right? And כבודי לאחר, to the sitra acha, to the other side, to the evil, I will not give. Meaning, they don't have a way to grab the light of the Atzilut. Because it is so high, so profound, they can't hold it. So therefore, the world of Atzilut is pure. There's no dirtiness of the other side that is trying to grab the light. Right? And this is also very important for us because obviously, besides getting to the level of unity, we also want to prevent from the other side to get nourishment from our deeds, right? So to work on that aspect is very important. Obviously, there's a lot to speak about for each one of those subject matters, but for now let's take those two qualities that we said about Atzilut and move on to the Beriyah. So Beriyah, Yetzirah and Asiyah. Beriyah and Asiyah, like I said, is the three worlds of separation, and basically the light of the Atzilut comes down to them. Okay, the lowest part of the Atzilut, it's called Nukba the Atzilut, is bringing down all of this abundance, right? טרף לביתה וחוק לנערותיה. She gives the sustenance to her worlds in a certain way. We call the Beriyah, Yetzirah and Asiyah the worlds of Nukba of Atzilut. Anyhow, when we go down to those worlds, or when we are not elevated to the world of Atzilut, so we are in those worlds. So there is, each one obviously different, but there is nourishment that goes to the other side. Okay, and that's I can say unfortunately, and I feel that it is unfortunate, but we have to know and we have to remember that this is part of the creation of Hashem. That's the way that Hashem decided to create the creation, right? So there's a question, why? Why would we need that? Right? And he said it a few times, the Ramchal says that the whole Kabbalah comes to explain the purpose and the beginning of the evil side. Where does it coming from and what is the purpose of it? And basically the way that the Ramchal is summarizing it is that if there would not be darkness, so we could not appreciate the light. So in other words, all of the reason that there will be negativity within the creation is that we will be able to appreciate what is positive, that we'll be able to appreciate what is the light, and when the time of the revelation, in the end of time, comes, Zrat Hashem soon, so then we will see the difference before and after, right? All of those struggles that we had to go through with the Yetzirah of ourselves, of other people, and so on and so forth, all of that will make sense, right? We'll see what was the reason of all of that. There's another place that the Arizal says, brings the Mishnah in Masechet Avot, כדי להעניש לרשעים ולתת שכר טוב לצדיקים, right? The Mishnah is asking, like, why Hashem created the world with the 10 statements, and the answer of the Mishnah is to give the reward for the tzaddikim that are building and establishing the world that was created in 10 statements, and the opposite by the negative, by the wicked people. So the Arizal brings the same concept, the same statement for the creation of evil. Anyhow, let's leave it with that. Generally, I don't like to speak about that side of the creation. So we continue, and we go down to speak about the Beriyah specifically. So the Beriyah is considered to be the world of the Neshamot. Okay, I'll speak about all of the three together. Okay, the Beriyah is the world of Neshamot. The Yetzirah is called the world of the angels, Malachim, and the world of Asiyah is called ofanim. Okay, now there is people that are giving certain English terms of creation, formation, and action, right? To those three words, I think. Creation is Beriyah, formation is so-called the Yetzirah, and action they are referring to the Asiyah. Now, like I said many times, people are thinking that we in the physical dimension is the world of Asiyah. To my understanding, it's not exactly true. The world of Asiyah ends with the physical dimension, but there is a whole world of spiritual Asiyah that is above us, which is the energy of this world. So like we spoke about the nefesh, that is the energy of the body, the life force of the body, so also the spiritual world of Asiyah is the spiritual strength, the energy of all of the physical dimension. Okay? Now, to be honest, so when we speak about souls versus angels, the way that the Rashash is clarifying it is a little bit different. The Rashash explains that all of the angels are the external part of the worlds, and all of the souls, all of the neshamot are the internal side of the worlds. So it's not that the Beriyah is only neshamot and the Yetzirah is only angels. In each one of them we have angels and we have souls. There is souls that are coming from the Beriyah, there is souls that are coming from the Yetzirah, there is souls that are coming from the Asiyah. Each one with the root of his soul according to the wisdom of Hashem, where Hashem decided to place him. And the external side of each one of those three worlds have, you can call it angelic identities, if you like. Doesn't sound so good, but maybe too good. But so there is different levels of angels, right? Like there is different levels of souls, there is different levels of angels. So the angels of the Asiyah are called Ofanim, the angels of the Yetzirah is called Chayot, and the angels of the Beriyah is called Tzrafim. Okay? There is people that they are really into that, all over the system of the angels and the hierarchy. No, how do you say? Hierarchy. Hierarchy. I'm not saying it right. The hierarchy. No, the order of the like who's standing above who. Like in the army or in the government. Hierarchy. Hierarchy. Doesn't matter. Forget about it. The order, the structure of who is standing, like in the government there are like bureaucracy of who, like which office is taking care of what, and they have a whole argument and they send you from here to there, right? So the same thing in the spiritual world with the angels. There's like offices of the angels, that this angel is in charge of this thing and this angel is in charge of that thing, and there is people that are really into like trying to communicate with those angels and commanding them and doing all kinds of different things. I'm not saying it's not interesting, it's quite fascinating, but for me this is not the goal of meditation. Okay, I'm not saying that there's something wrong with it per se. Just if somebody is doing that and he forgets about Hashem, so then it becomes to be wrong, right? But if someone is doing it in the right way, so it can bring a lot of benefit. Okay, generally the Arizal seems that he was not so involved with it. In the writings of the Arizal, you can hardly find something that is related to that. There is, but not so much. And generally the Arizal said not to deal with Kabbalah Ma'asit, and all of the Kabbalah Ma'asit is basically to be able to command those angels to do your will. So, because my tradition is like according to the Rashash, according to the Arizal, so I'm really not involved with it so much, except of a few little things that were included with my heritage. Anyhow, what I put here in the introduction is specifically the inner side of the worlds, which is ourself, our being, right? Nefesh, ruach, neshama, chaya, yechida. And that's what we are dealing with. That's the meditation that we have to apply. And that's what is brought down in the Siddurim of the Kavanot. Okay? Most of them. Good. So now, after we discussed all of that in details, so now let's do the Mikdash practice that we have here in next page. Okay? So basically, this meditation is the meditation that we have to really put our, to be focused on. Okay? Meaning, what we did until now, the meditations that we did until now, a couple of days ago and before, so it's really a preparation to get to this technique. This technique is really the main one, in a certain way, that's what we're doing every prayer, every Shacharit. Okay, so instead of just reading it, we'll just do it. So close your eyes. Get comfortable. Breathe. Come down. And we're starting with connecting to our nefesh. And we do that through the sensations of the physical body. So we let ourselves a moment to experience those sensations. Comfortable, not comfortable, hot, cold, loose, tight, whatever it is. You don't have to do anything about it, just be conscious about it. This is actually our nefesh that we can sense through our senses, through our sensations. And we connect to the nefesh with the energy of the body, life force. And through the nefesh, while we're breathing, we want to come into deeper level, which is the ruach, which is basically the transformation from the dimension of the Asiyah to the dimension of the Yetzirah. While we are breathing, bring the consciousness to the emotions. The emotional body is related to the ruach. Emotions are within the heart, which is the part that is related to the ruach as well. And we let ourselves to experience those emotions for a moment. If it happens to you that you lost for a moment your consciousness, you drop the ball, don't worry too much, just pick it up again and start again quickly. And we're moving more internally to the world of Beriyah, which is the place of the neshama. Bring the nefesh and the ruach and connecting them with the neshama. The neshama is in the mind, so we contemplate as being observers to our own thoughts. So look within our brain what's going on, what goes through the stream of thoughts that goes through our head. And we keep on breathing, and we're bringing together the nefesh, ruach and neshama, and we elevate them up to the higher dimension of the Atzilut. There we have the light of the Chaya. There we have the quality of unity. So it all comes together. All those different parts of our being are uniting. And the unity gives us the extra value that we're able to go even higher. And reaching out to the light of the Yechidah that is within the highest dimension of Adam Kadmon. And experiencing the light that is there in this highest dimension. And slowly we count down back to the Atzilut with the light of the Chaya, the neshama, ruach and nefesh goes down to the Beriyah. The neshama stays there within the Beriyah. The ruach and the nefesh goes down to the Yetzirah, the place of the ruach. And finally the nefesh goes down to its own dimension, which is the world of Asiyah. And it all comes down back to its place, and we can revalue and experience our sensations, our emotions, our thoughts, and see how this meditation, how the new light have affected them. When you're ready, bring back the movement into your body, and then slowly open your eyes. Okay. Baruch Hashem. So, Bezrat Hashem, bli neder, next week we will have the opportunity to do. No, we have a class tomorrow.
Yeah,
Bli neder, we have a class tomorrow. Okay. So tomorrow, Bezrat Hashem, we will start the meditation of Shiviti Hashem Lenegdi Tamid, which is basically to combine what we did now with the Yud Kei Vav Kei, with the letters of Shem Hashem. And this is really getting into the deeper experience of connecting the conceptual meditation with the visual meditation of the letters of Hashem. And obviously, that's only the beginning. Each one of those letters open up to many names that comes out of it. But that will be the first step for that. So B'ezrat Hashem, B'nei Neder tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.